I keep 2 female steppe eagles, and they have very large wingspans. And they live together, so they therefore need a rather large enclosure. And in this video, I'm going to show you this enclosure I've got behind me, which I had built by someone just a few months ago, and I'll also reveal very soon how much it cost me as well. Let's take a tour. So I'll start with the exterior. This is the safety door here. We can see we've got the bars here, this fine quality wood. You can see the size of it. It's something in the realms of 15 foot wide and I think it's 12 foot deep. The roof as well is so strong that I could even stand on it. And we'll go inside now. Both eagles are in there and they are quite noisy. So, chunky door, and we've got a look in here. This is a little sort of area to sort of hide in. I've got the equipment on the floor there at the moment, and we have a double door system. So this one here, we can actually close that on the outside there, and then on the inside here, we can unbolt it like so, and this one goes in forward. As you can see, we have Athena on the right and Storm on the left. We have the perch at the front and 2 large shelf perches here. We have, of course, got a fiberglass bath, astroturf on the floor, and we have a gap here, of course, all the bars, so lots of airflow coming through. Now, they are very noisy eagles, and that's because they are a kind of social imprint each, so they are very chatty, not only when we're inside the aviary, but when we are outside of it as well. And it's only people they know that they're vocal with. It is feeding time, so I'm going to feed them very shortly. Stay tuned to see that. And as you can see, they like to sit on the various perches, chirping at me. And we've even got here, it's a chunky dog toy. You're going to come over for it? And they like to kind of play with this a little bit. We've been trying some different ideas with the enrichment to see what might work, but they are birds of prey and they don't always like to do much but sit down and relax and wait till it's dinner time. So in a moment I'm going to feed them some quail. That is their favourite food, I think. I do feed them on a varied diet, but quail based, so nutritious for them. And I just realised I forgot to get any out the freezer this morning, so I'm now defrosting some in very warm water. Not hot water, don't want to boil the food, but just very warm water. While that is defrosting, I should just mention this astroturf that's on the bottom of the aviary there. Now, you can of course use pea gravel in aviaries, and that is usually the most common type of substrate. However, astroturf at this location, especially as a lot of it is under concrete, is a more suitable substrate. It just means that cleaning it is a little bit harder. But we can take the astroturf out, we can hang it and wash it and spray it with antibac, and we can also clean it in there with antibac as well and spray it and so on. So if you keep on top of it, it is absolutely fine as a flooring, if you like. And of course, if they're going to jump down, it's a bit softer. I've got the prickly astroturf here, which is one of their places they sit the most. And of course, at the moment, we've got them both on a shelf. So when I first moved into this property here, we had a smaller aviary here, a 9 by 9 foot aviary that had a male eagle owl in. His name was Ollie. We had to rehome him. I did a video on why we had to rehome that bird, who I had for 10 years. Then last year we got Storm the eagle, and we popped her in that old aviary. So we ended up taking that one down. We had a new one built, as you can see some from pictures here, and it was built in 2 days by a young man called Ben. He's a local joiner, and what a fantastic job he's done as well. Really pleased with the quality of this aviary, and now I can imagine what my future aviaries are going to look like. And it cost me 2 days work, all the materials included. It cost me £2,700. So that is the value of an aviary of that size, and of course it is big enough for the 2 eagles to be housed. It would work well for a large owl on its own, maybe that kind of size or something like that. So the gaps are big big enough for the eagle to fit their face through. So sometimes when we feed them, they just take food off me from here. And I'm going to do that now, and I am going to feed them from the outside. I can feed them individually in there, but not together, ideally, because they do get overexcited and they tend to lunge at me. And the last thing I want is an eagle lunging at me at any sort of speed whatsoever. Right, they're defrosted now, no problem at all. Right then, eagles, I have got your dinner. Just take one. Gentle. Good girl. And Storm, do you want yours? So what I'll do with Storms is I'll throw it over there. Chicken out of there. One quail each. So there we go, I've finally revealed my aviary for my eagles. Any questions, please comment below.